Welcome to our first Water Resources Outlook of Spring 2025. The past month has seen near normal to below normal temperatures and weekly to bi-weekly rainfall. Though this is generally true for the entire Southeast, locally your story may be different. Haley and I are here to tell you about where we are right now and what we expect to come for the region. In the last 30 days, we have seen many frontal systems cross the southeast, bringing varying amounts of rainfall with each event. Most of the rain events were on the lighter side, producing totals of a quarter inch to an inch, but there were a few events that brought much greater than an inch to some places. For example, the 5 to 6 inches observed in northern Mississippi and Alabama was from a single rain event back on March 9th and 10th. Our departure from normal for the last 30 days highlights the scarcity of above normal rainfall amounts. Localized rain bands have been beneficial to parts of every state, but holistically we are seeing deficit amounts ranging from 1 to 4 inches. Mostly concerning is the deficit along our Appalachia boundary, where the headwaters for many of our Carolina basins are. We will take a look more into the headwater impacts when we are at our streamflow runoff slide. Year to date, we are near normal to below normal in rainfall accumulations. Only in Jacksonville, Florida, and west are we seeing a wide area of above normal rainfall amounts. And thanks to the rain in northern Mississippi in the beginning of March, that area is also 0.5 to 2 inches above normal. So what has that meant for our streams and rivers? Well, we are currently seeing action in minor flood stage rises at some of our coastal locations as water from last week's heavy rain event makes its way through the system. The rainfall on March 15th through the 17th produced 2 moderate floods, one on the Nottoway River at Sebril in Virginia, and the other on the Tombigbee River at Amory in Mississippi. Although we have passed the peak of our winter recharge season, it is not abnormal for us to observe many river floods at this point. As we move into the spring months, the number of floods per week that we typically see starts to decline, so reservoirs and water users should remain mindful of the seasonal pattern shift. Drought over the last month has remained the same, improved, or degraded depending on your location. For some good news, the total area not experiencing drought in the southeast has increased from about 29% to 34%. 1 class degradation was seen over large swaths of area in every state, while 1 to 2 class improvement was more significant. Important to note in the degradation is the headwaters of the Carolinas, where the largest rainfall deficits for the 30 days were also seen. Downstream of this area, short-term drought impacts have already begun to develop, making it even more critical for our reservoirs to continue monitoring pool levels as we move into the spring season. I'm not going to take the time today to go through each of the state's 7-day runoff, but I still want to acknowledge the benefit of weekly to bi-weekly rainfall during the winter months. Short-term runoff values for the past month have held near normal, with only the Carolinas and Virginia dipping into below normal runoff recently. The quick rises to normal, then fall to below normal in the 7-day trends are what has made way for the longer 28-day stream flows shown previously to be falling below normal. Haley will discuss our upcoming weather pattern and let us know if we can continue to see streams holding near normal as we continue to move into warmer months.
Dry weather will persist this evening across most of the southeast despite the frontal boundary hanging over the region, the only exceptions being southern Florida and portions of North Carolina and Virginia where chances for rain remain. By tomorrow morning, high pressure begins to nudge into the region from the north, allowing dry weather to persist over much of the area. And then Thursday, dry weather continues to be the main story across the southeast as high pressure now sits firmly over the region. Now going into Friday, though it will have shifted east slightly, the high pressure will continue to allow for those dry conditions over the region. Heading into the weekend, though, the pattern begins to change as a large system begins to take shape over the plains. Now, this will mean increasing rain chances across portions of Mississippi and Alabama on Saturday. And then going into Sunday, this system continues to move eastward over the plains in the Mississippi Valley, pushing showers and thunderstorms east along with it. And this comes with the potential for some of those storms to be severe as well. And chances for showers and thunderstorms continue into Monday as a front associated with that system is dragged across the southeast. The potential for severe thunderstorms will continue as well. For more details on that, though, refer to your local NWS Weather Forecast office. Overall, this system is expected to bring average rainfall totals of about 1/2 inch to around 1.5 inches, mainly in western portions of the SCRFC area across Mississippi and Alabama. However, given the chance for thunderstorms, higher localized totals cannot be ruled out if an area gets hit with a particularly heavy storm or sees multiple rounds of activity. Looking further ahead, things look to be drying out for the southeast, with the Climate Prediction Center calling for chances of below normal rainfall for most of the region. However, North Georgia and the Carolinas are looking to see near normal precip chances.
Thanks, Haley, for covering the rest of March. So now we'll jump into April. The southern half of the southeast could see below normal rainfall, while the northern tier has equal chances of wet or dry. April in the southeast typically has equal chances of river flooding or below normal conditions. Weakening La Nina conditions are still being observed, and models favor INSO-neutral conditions for the spring and summer months, signaling that we are in a transition period. Looking out through the rest of the year, chances are greatest for either La Nina or neutral conditions. For the southeast, near normal to below normal temperatures and rainfall could persist during the transition. We will just have to watch and see. Our seasonal outlook for the April, May, and June months show equal chances for above or below normal rainfall. In our typical streamflow climatology, we do see flooding during a normal rainfall season, so this forecast does not exclude the possibility of river flooding during those months. Skipping forward now to the July, August, and September months, above normal rainfall is forecasted for the southeast, with the exception of a significant portion of Alabama and northern Georgia having equal chances. Normal rainfall during the summer months typically leads to recessions in streamflow and reservoir pools, so the chance of above normal rainfall will likely be positive for the system as we try to maintain normal flows through the warm months. So, the bottom line, in the short term, we are likely to see rain events, but where frontal systems line up could mean the difference between drought relief and drought expansion, just as it has over the past month. In Florida, in southern Alabama, and we could possibly see the expansion of drought, while rivers in the northern portion may benefit the most from rainfall. In the long term, La Nina continues to weaken, and we are likely to transition to neutral conditions by the end of the season, which could look like normal rain amounts for the southeast. Be sure to look out for our next water resources outlook on April 17th to hear about how rainfall, drought, and our long-term outlook are progressing.